morning, listeners. This is Muriel Felous with Date Like a French Woman podcast. If you're new to me, I am a relationship coach, the founder of Date Like a French Woman, and I teach women how to shift from attracting crappy relationships to being a magnet for the love that they really want in their life. And today, I have the pleasure to interview Dr. Erika. Dr. Erika has lived in Las Vegas for almost 10 years. She's a dentist with over 13 years experience. Her passion is helping people. So her new endeavor with Nspire Network and the Now We Know campaign gives her the platform to continue to help people as she empowers and inspires women. So good morning, Dr. Erika. How are you today?
I am inspired, Muriel. Thank you for asking, and thank you for having me on your podcast today. This is excellent.
That's a pleasure. I'm very excited to put the news out in the world about what you're supporting here. And I would love if you could tell us the story of why and how you got involved with what you're doing now.
Oh my gosh. Literally, I got involved back in January. I received a very powerful video from someone I trusted. Actually, one of my sorority sisters says, "Hi, I need you to look at this. This is powerful. I'm not going to tell you what it is." So I said, "Okay." I trust her, and I took a look at it, and literally I had to look at it twice because I was blown away at the information I received. I was like, you know what? They're on to something. This is so special. And I was able to get involved in our pre-launch activities, and I'm actually a founding member as well as an ambassador for Nspire Network. And literally, we're bringing the most comfortable sanitary napkin to the world. The world has never seen anything like this. A lot of women are going to be blessed by this revolutionary item that has come to the U.S. market, but will soon be open to the entire world. So it's not just here in the U.S., but going to be global as well. It is a movement, if you will, what we call the Now We Know, NOWWENO. And if people would like more information, they can go to NOWWENO.net. And they'll be able to see the tips, the facts of what's going on currently with our sanitary napkins that are on the market with the toxins, also with the tampons, lots of toxins, dioxin and furan. So ladies have been having a lot of issues, and I think it's now time for us to have some real girlfriend conversations, because a lot of times we have been suffering in silence. We think that the things that are happening to our body are normal. We think that having excessive bleeding is normal. We think fibroids are normal. People are having hysterectomies in their 30s. It's just ridiculous. And I think that now you have to know that there's a link that's going back to the toxins. And now that you have something all natural, chemical-free, even has some great technology that stops menstrual cramps, it kills bacteria, it stops the odor, and it balances a woman's pH. Ladies, we have what you've been looking for, and it's so comfortable you forget you even have it on. It is just amazing. Actually, what I call a cherished experience, I had a cherished experience for the third time last week, and it was wonderful, and I love the way I feel every time. But what we're mainly focused on is getting the word out to the U.S. market and globally about this campaign. People need to be educated that there's something new on the market that's going to make them feel better, have a better period, really love the way they feel. You know, they have all those commercials on, people frolicking. No, you will really frolic with this on. It's amazing.
I'm going to stop you. I'll cut the video. Is there a way you can go a little bit further away from your computer, because I want to see, I can't see the top of your head, and that way the light is much better too, because there is not much light to see you so they can connect with you. So I'll cut this portion. So I'm really happy to hear about that, because actually if I hadn't run into you at a networking event, I wouldn't know about it. And I believe that the first thing that we need to do in life is to take care of ourselves, to practice self-love. And what you are talking about right now falls into the self-love. Because if you don't take care of your body, you won't be able to do the good work in the world. We won't be able to stay longer on this earth with the people we love and to be in good shape when we get older. And I think that the mainstream, the main medias are all about selling what is out there without people actually knowing that it's bad for them. So what kind of reactions or what kind of stories, if you have any, of people who started to really use the products that you're advocating for, and what kind of improvement did they find in their life, or even on your personal experience? What kind of quality of life have you gained?
Oh my goodness, it's like night and day. And you know, I've always worn the competitor pads. I've always been a pad girl, never a tampon girl. But I know my personal experience, because I cramp every month. That's been something I've dealt with the whole span of my period. Um, and literally, I put on one of our Cherish pads. That's the name of Cherish. Love the way you feel. And my cramps were gone in less than 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And I don't like to take any type of drugs or medications. So for me, that was powerful. Also, we have another testimony, and this is a lady that does not have any menstrual cycle anymore, but she had a big baby, and it affected her bladder. So when she goes to exercise, she has to wear a pad. Well, she tried one of our Cherish pads, and next thing I know, I'm getting this great text message from her saying, "OMG, Dr. Erika, I forgot I even had it on. It was so comfortable. There was no leakage. It felt dry. I mean, because that's the problem. Women want to feel dry. They don't want to feel wet. That's when we're changing the pads. These pads are 10 times more absorbent than anything on the market. They hold 300 times more its weight in liquid. So we have panty liners, our day pad, our overnight pad, as well as our extra long wing. So we have all gamut for our women. And I mean, everyone that has had an opportunity to sample the pad has just been, it's the same thing over and over. Oh, it's so comfortable. Oh, I forgot I even had it on. Oh, I felt dry longer than I usually feel. And literally, we have a test that we do against the 10-hour, a leading 10-hour sanitary napkin. And when you see that demonstration, it is very powerful. For any viewers that are in the Las Vegas area, they can come and meet me, meet some of our other ambassadors. We'll be doing a full presentation as well as a demonstration over on Durango Hills YMCA this Thursday night at 6 o'clock. To start at 6 o'clock. So if you're in the Las Vegas area, come and hang out with us, see why we are just so excited and how powerful this really is, and how, for me, it's changed my life in terms of now I have a better pad. I don't have to worry about, I think for ladies, we have those pads are so bulky, and we always see people seeing it from behind us. It's just very uncomfortable. That time that you're on your period is usually pretty uncomfortable. We can't wait for it to be over. But ladies, when you try to Cherish, you're going to just be amazed. You really are. You're going to really be like, okay, my period isn't so bad after all.
And unfortunately, because it's not such a sexy subject, we don't see anything in the medias about how dangerous it could be to use the things we can find in the market. So what kind of information could you share with us as far as the dangers to use the conventional brands that we find in the stores, and what are the consequences that can happen?
Okay, can you repeat that for me, Miriam?
Do you have any examples or any information about why the regular brands that we find in the store are dangerous for us? What do they contain, or what's the...
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So what's happening is that what's currently on the market, they're using toxins called dioxin and furan. Dioxin has actually been linked to cancers. So your ovarian cancer, your cervical cancer, your uterine cancer, even your breast cancer. So there's a lot of information on the internet about the link between that. But the thing is they don't have, a lot of people say, oh, well, I think that the pads are FDA. No, pads do not have to go through an FDA process because, first of all, they're not a food or a drug. That's number one. And so, therefore, they don't have to tell you what's in the pads, what ingredients they're using. We found them to be using a lot of horrible things, trash. We found wood pulp, and then what they're doing is they use a 6-step bleaching process to make them look pristine and white. And then if you were to literally pull the pads apart, which is one of the things I do in the demonstration, we pull the pads apart to show you what literally is this pad made up of. You've got plastics, it's almost like a trash bag, and literally that's what in your most private area that you're wearing for maybe 2, 3, maybe 6 or 7 days in a row. So after you wear that pad, I know for me personally, I end up having vaginal irritations after being on my cycle because that is literally rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. So a lot of women say they experience a lot of vaginal irritation. So what I do love about our Cherish is it's made up of a beautiful soft cotton. It feels, a lot of women say it feels like velvet or cashmere. It is awesome. Our second layer is made up of all natural algae strips infused with negative ions. So what that's going to do, like I said, it's going to balance that pH, stop the odor, stop the menstrual cramps. So you're just going to have a much better experience. But there's some very harmful things going on with our pads, and especially our tampons. Women are suffering from toxic shock syndrome. It's just a number of things, miscarriages. There's a number of things that are happening to our women that are going back to the toxins that are in the pads and the tampons. It's very dangerous.
This is definitely, I'm going to put a warning on this show for women only, because those are issues that we all can relate to that, but nobody's talking about it. And that's really a pity because those are serious stuff. I mean, you can get diseases, you can get irritation, and not to talk about what you approached earlier, the comfort, which is really important because we're constantly moving and on the go, and we want to have everything around us is made to have a higher quality of life, but yet most of the time it is at the detriment of our health. And that's why I really wanted to interview you, because this is approaching a subject that I haven't heard people talking about anywhere I went yet, and it's crucially important. So you mentioned that you're going to be, and we didn't give the date actually, because this broadcast is going to show, I think, in 2 or 3 weeks, but today is the 23rd of May. How often do you have gathering or events where people can come and inquire or even sample the product?
Well, we're trying to get a schedule together. Our first one is this Thursday, May 25th, but we're looking at doing another one on June 16th.
June 15th. So that will give people...
June 16th, we'll have another one at the same location, Durango Hills YMCA, here in Las Vegas. So we're trying to have them as awesome as possible. But so the word has been getting out, and people are literally reaching out to me and saying, hey, we would like you to come and talk about this to our group of women. So it's becoming extremely busy now because the word is out. What we call it is now we know the secret is out. So the secret is getting out now on this show with you. The secret's getting out on a lot of other different media streams. We want everyone, every woman in the world needs to know our pads. They need to call me. They need to email me. I can get them more information. They can go to inspirenetwork.com/Dr. Erika. They can also go to the nowweknow.net. There's a ton of information. But if it is something they want to also be an ambassador themselves and say, hey, I want to join this movement. I like this Now We Know. They definitely can get in touch with me. I'm reachable by phone, 702-747-1444. Or my email is erikajdds@yahoo.com, and that's ERIKA.
That's great. So they can contact you any way they choose to. And I also wanted to touch on, because I'm coaching women on attracting the love. So there is the sex too. And when you're not using the right kind of pads or tampons, you can be more sensitive. And I know that women, when they get older, are becoming more and more sensitive. And I think that's also important for them to know that the same way that you put a healthy cream on your face, you need to use that's healthy during your periods to take care of that side of your body, so you can
absolutely
sexual life.
There's a lot of women older, and I feel sorry for those women that have a really bad odor, but I mean, it's really not their fault. A lot of it has to do with the pads that we wear, and the bacteria that literally is fermenting and able to grow. And so that's why I'm very excited about the Cherish pad, because let's be real. I mean, can we be honest right now that we know that every woman has a little bit of an odor during that time of month? I know some people think they smell like roses, but we have to be honest that there is an odor that is affiliated with that time of month. And people can sometimes, some people have more of an odor than others. So for me, that was something that was very powerful about the pad. And as far as that being a healthy area of your body, definitely these pads just address so many issues for our women.
And actually, if one of our listeners is part of a school, or because I think it's also important to educate the younger girls. I have two daughters. I have a 20-year-old and a 16-year-old almost. And I think it's important to start their education when they're very young, because they have a whole life in front of them, where if they use something that's not good for their body, they could end up with cancer or very serious condition. So I know if there is somebody in the audience who help you
this
get
information, I'm more excited for our young girls, because they get the opportunity to not have the issues that some of us older ladies, more seasoned ladies have experienced. So this is awesome. This is great for your young girls. This is great for your girls that are athletes. This is great for our military women. These are great for our women, our nurses, our police officers that are women. These pads are very powerful, but I think for our young women, it's very important if they get started on these items early, then they don't have to experience hysterectomies at 30. They don't have to experience all the things that are causing these conflicts with their body. So I'm excited. Yes. I'm excited, and really, it's a good thing.
That's really, really important. And I understand that it's huge, and you need a huge campaign, because we are so many. There are so many of us. So on the subject that I really love to talk about in this podcast, because we're all about attracting the right love and becoming a person that's aligned with the healthy love that you want. Self-love is a big, big portion of my coaching. And most people don't even know where to start. And I understand that what you're talking about is a form of self-love, but as far as your own definition of self-love, what's your definition?
Well, I'll tell you, Muriel, the definition for self-love is, for me, is that we put that we take care of ourselves. As women, we are naturally nurturers. We like to take care of everyone else, and we don't care, and we do not take care of ourselves. I know a lot, we say this all the time, and it's not being selfish, but as women, we have to learn to say no.
Yes.
We have to learn to say, you know what, I need to take some time for myself to take care of myself the right way and in order. So I just think that for me, that's the definition. So you have to really, sometimes you have to put yourself first, and you have to say, you know what, I like to give. I'm a giver because that's who I am. But at the same time, I need to learn how to take a little bit of time for myself to make sure that I'm okay.
And it's so true. Actually, I run in so many women who have a hard time saying no that I ended up creating a video on YouTube using a modality called tapping, where you use the meridians that we use in acupuncture, and it's acupressure, because women have been trained for centuries to take care of the entire earth but themselves. So now the message of this time, I feel, is to really learn to nourish ourselves and feel our own well,
Yes.
so we actually have something to give, and we're not
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so self-love, how did it help you in your success? Did you feel that it was there was a role for self-love in your success? How did it contribute?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, like I said, we have to learn how to step back a little bit and kind of say, take control of what's going on with us. So I do think that for me, that has allowed me to be successful, you know, loving on myself. And hey, even if it's just look in the mirror and say, girl, you look good. That's a form of self-love.
That is, absolutely. And that starts with us. Nobody can do it. Even if other people do
Yes.
it, if you do it first.
No one can love you more than you.
Yes. Yes, I love that too. And do you have, except from saying no, because you already said that, is there another practice of self-love that you incorporated in your life that you are going to on a regular basis?
Well, I think for me, there's several things that I do. Like I said, I like to look in the mirror and say, okay, girl, you're looking good today. Or maybe I want to dress up and put on a nice dress and some heels. Or maybe I say, okay, well, maybe I should go and get a manicure or pedicure. I think that, you know, making sure that you're keeping yourself looking good, having a self-worth and a self-esteem definitely is one of the things I do for self-love.
And I know you have amazing dresses because I've seen you in the networking meeting. You have nice dresses. I love that.
I do. I have one on today, yes.
If there was one or two last advices or tips that you would love women out there to know, what would you tell them?
Some tips.
Yes, tips or advice or recommendation, so that they can live fully their lives and be aligned with self-love, and like a parting.
Okay. So my tip is, ladies out there, whoever's listening, love yourself, know your self-worth, and live your dreams. You know, I feel like women should have the freedom that they want to have and live the life the way they want to live it, as long as they are in order, not out there creating chaos, then it's all good. I think that, you know, we have to do things in order. We have to be cognizant of loving. We have to do it like we love the Lord, we love our family, and we love ourselves. So it has to be in order that we do things, and it all comes together that way. And loving yourself is all part of that. You have to know that you are powerful, you are empowered, you are inspired. And I just want everybody to know that, hey, love on yourself. Say, hey, if you need to go in the mirror and say, girl, I look good, that's what you need to do. If that's whatever's going to make you feel good at the end of the day and is positive, it works.
Totally. I find that when I interview people about going for their dreams, because I have another podcast, I find that when you start aligning with your passion, you become magnetic. You're gonna start attracting the love. You're gonna start attracting opportunities. Things are going to align, because when you are turned on by your heart and your passion, you're directly connected to the source, to God, the Lord, the universe, whatever people call it.
Absolutely.
And miracles happen. Doors that you didn't even know existed open. And that's really wonderful. And that's why I like interviewing people like you, because you're passionate and you're doing good. So that creates miracles. So I'm really glad that we ran into each other, because first of all, I had no idea of the danger of using the regular brands. And second, because when people who are on the same vibe start connecting, then that's how we create a global change. So we're going to connect with each other more for sure. And I really thank you to have accepted to be interviewed today and to empower our audience with another choice. Because if we don't spread the word, it won't come to us. So thank you very much. And I wish you much success with your campaign. And listeners, please go check her product and to this website. Can you repeat your website or your contact?
Okay, the website is Nspire with an N, Nspire network.com/Dr Erika. That's DRERIKA. Also, they can reach me by phone, 702-747-1444, as well as they can email me, erikajdds@yahoo.com, if they want some more information about our Now We Know campaign awareness, the movement that's taking place right now. It is NOWWENO.net, nowweknow.net. And basically that came from, now that we know, we can say no. We can say no to the toxins. We can say no to all of the nasty stuff they've been putting in these pads and hurting our women.
Thank you. And for our listeners, I know it's not a very sexy subject, but it needs to be out, because we need to take care of our body. So I thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week. Until then, love yourself in all the ways that you can love yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Dr. Erika. Thank you.
Bye.
If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. And for questions, information, or to book a free 30-minute introductory coaching session, please visit datelikeafrenchwoman.com.